In this video, I'm going to show how to remove the fuser drive assembly from a Toshiba eStudio 55 series machine. I've already opened up the side cover, removed the fuser and the right side cover. I believe it's 6 screws around the perimeter and the sixth one being in the center. This will slide out towards you. Lift it up off the tabs and set it aside. The next step is to remove these 2 screws on the side. One screw up here. And then loosen one at the bottom, 2 at the top. And this assembly should slide off. Looks like I did not loosen this one up enough. And set that cover aside. Next step, I'd like to remove this top cover also. 3 screws. Okay. Next thing you want to do is count the connectors on the board, remove those. Alright, one thing I did forget to mention earlier, you may have a fax unit down here. It will be held in place by 3 screws. One's down here, 2 are up here out of the camera's angle. If you loosen those 3 screws, that unit will lift slightly up and out. Now at this point, I've not only taken the cover off, there will be a hard drive here, 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. This upper left one usually has a ground screwed in with it. Once all 4 are out, slightly lift up. I put that aside for safekeeping. And at this point, we want to disconnect the connectors. I have already disconnected them here for speed. We've got one down here in this corner, and I'm going to push it through. Then we have the USB and this display. Again, I'm going to pull them up and out. And in this corner, it's going to be too tight to see. There are 6 connectors. So, and this one might be held in by this clamp. So you go ahead, remove all of them to free it up. At this point, we have 4 more screws. One, 2, 3, 4. And keep in mind this board is connected to the logic board, so slight pull, that will disconnect, and this will slide out, usually a little easy up, hooked onto the USB. Set that aside safely. Alright, in the next step we need to take this plate off. We've got, I believe it's 3 screws, one here, there's one hidden underneath, 2, and a 3rd one up top. And then you'll need to maneuver that out of place. Okay, I've already released these, the one clip, and these 2 I did from underneath. There are 2 screws. You may find 4, but if you find the 2 middle ones are for the fax unit. But in order to remove this rail, you just need to remove the outer 2 screws. And this will lift out. You can just let it rest there. If you want to disconnect the connectors, that's fine. I've already disconnected this 1 2-pin connector here and the one from the motor. And now we have 3 screws around the perimeter. 1, 2, and 3. And now you just slightly lift up on the assembly, and for lack of a better term, a little bit of wiggling, and the whole assembly comes out. Okay, any other questions? Please let us know.